So anyway, leaping back to the global enterprise from the psyche, the human psyche, and there's a parallel. These synthetic entities, now the U.S. Supreme Court, a couple of years ago, I guess, maybe 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year, I don't, in the Citizens United decision, I'm going to fix this every time I bump the table. Every Citizens United decision basically said, now I don't know how many people understand this, because if it's going to stimulate frustration in people about their rights, or about just the gut heart feeling of like, whoa, wait a minute, that's something, can you let me understand that, let me get this straight, this is how it works, and that you're going to, as a synthetic enterprise, you're going to maximize profit for your shareholders, and there's a small group of people to maximize their profit. Now, they don't even think about what you're doing for the most part. They're just going about their business. They have money market. They have these, what do they call them in brokerage, where they just amass all this thing and then you can buy a piece of it. It's part of your portfolio that your brokers put together for you so that you can have a retirement or whatever. Keep banging things. I'm a little bit agitated today because, I saw and then I gotta say, Chelsea Clinton was interviewed, and it brings me, and I'm not going to go off on the Clintons, although I could, which are the Obamas and the Bushes. They're all on the same team. So I know I'm going all over the place. This is my curse. Why people don't want to read what I write? Maybe there's other, or for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, or people don't want to listen to me, or maybe not listen to me but look at me while I'm talking. People say I should groom, I should cut my hair, and I trim my beard, and I'm listening to all the input, because I'm dedicated. I'm going to get this message out. I've figured some really, really, really cool stuff that says we can make this transition from a fear-based globe, human beings that are simmering and cooking in fear, unbeknownst to them, and they're unaware, they're not aware of it. And they think they're just living their lives as they're supposed to a world of global compassion, which is the natural state of the human being. I'm convinced of it. And I think that's a great conversation for us to have in our local communities, among our friends. What is human nature all about? It's a great question. We got to ask each other great questions, and we have to listen to each other answer them. And then where the answers line up, I think if we're asking some really important questions, versus what the Kardashians are doing. If we're focusing our attention to ask ourselves some very important questions, then the answers that we come up with, we then share with each other. We're going to find an amazing agreement. Now, here's a wake-up call. We agree vastly more than we disagree. But we get detached from our heart, and we're all in our mind, and our mind has a direct connection around the heart into the unconscious mind. So when you're not connected with your heart, when you're not focusing your attention on what does my heart tell me, not just because it's this organ that pumps, but because it's a gateway. Electromagnetically, it is your center, it's your 0 point, and that 0 point is a wormhole, a gateway. I don't know how it specifically manifests, but I know it's there, to the cosmos. And this idea of a creator, a great spirit, this unifying, and I see it as this. It's toroidal, or toroidal. Toroidal, I think, is the right pronunciation. But it's this spinning, and it's an expanding out, and then it's a converging in and converging into this from a matter perspective, it's just 0 point stillness. To then this through the other chute and shooting out, and that's the cycle. I don't know, something like that. But these toruses, here's the cool thing, is that I have a electromagnetic field, so it's the shape of a torus, and other people do, rocks do. I mean, everything has it. So our experience, our world, our total, the widest perspective I could possibly fathom, so far for me, is that all these toruses are in this dance together, and the collisions are part of it. There's movement in the matter, and it's all natural, and we are extensions of it when we're in our heart, when we're in compassion. And you can't be in true compassion unless you get closer and closer to absolute confidence. Absolute confidence. I mean, do we ever get there? Can we get closer? But how? So from my perspective, and I've got to workshop processes to do this. I'm so glad that I've discovered them. But if we get clear about in our heart who we are, and that becomes a priority journey, practice, intention, conscious intention, I'm going to investigate that. That becomes, you have others, but this is a priority one. So you go after it, because this is you. As you said, you can count on me for this. So, a life promise. There's so much. And I'm getting closer and closer to that absolute confidence where I don't care. It's hope that if I put another picture up, I'll get a mask if I have to. I mean, the feedback, a lot of the feedback I've gotten is on, my grooming. But the beauty of this whole process is you take the feedback and you invite it. Thank you. I asked for it. And then you feel into your heart for the answer. But there's assistance. See the assistance? That is required. It's necessary for us to be our full expression of creative energy, creating, creator energy. It's a beautiful thing that Seth Grossman turned me on to. I love it. The fact that we cannot be our full human, full expression alone, because we're not made that way. Organically, we are a set of interrelationships. I hope I'm pronouncing this right, Angura, Ngurra, I believe it's spelled, among the many languages and the many tribes in Australia, of their aboriginals. One of them, at least, had this word. And basically it means landscape. It means all my relations. It means in this moment, all my relationships are dynamic, fluid, and malleable, changeable, or surprisingly changeable. Right? But what you want to be to the identity question, and this is from Bud Hugh, the identity question for the Aboriginal in this word of Angura, I hope I'm pronouncing it properly, is where I am. So there's this, it's where I am right now in terms of all my relationships. That is who they are, and they live in that what we would call a nanosecond. They wouldn't know what you're talking about, but they know it's like every little instance of time throughout all of time is a whole new set of these infinite possibilities. I don't know if it makes any sense. And must going much too long. Shit. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for listening. Until next time, Take care.